wonderful program here at SJSU. We look forward to welcoming you to SJSU, whether it's most probably virtually in the fall and then in person in the spring. So I'm going to talk a little bit about F1 immigration regulations, and I know a lot of you are more of an expert than I am sometimes. You do so much reading on this, but I just want to review some of what has happened and evolved because of COVID-19. So if some of you are here in the United States, you may be aware that F1 immigration regulations normally limit the number of online courses that international students can take during an academic semester under normal circumstances. However, due to COVID-19 this past spring, SJSU courses went online, and the Student Exchange Visitor Program allowed for an exception, allowing online classes and students to maintain their F1 status as long as SJSU was able to share our mode of instruction. So as you're aware and has been mentioned, SJSU has determined that for fall 2020, the mode of instruction will be mostly online with some hybrid classes. We are awaiting further guidance from Student and Exchange Visitor Program regarding online coursework in the fall. I'm pretty sure that they will approve it. I'm hopeful for that. However, for those of you who are abroad, it's a little bit different. So you have been admitted. You should have received an I-20 from our admissions department with a start date of August. So that's not a huge problem. What I encourage all of you to do is to enroll in online classes for fall 2020. Now your I-20 will have the August start date. However, it is highly unlikely that you will be able to enter the United States in time for the start of courses in August. So the question that comes up frequently from our admitted students is, I can't get a visa for fall 2020, the embassies are shut down. I know that China and India have opened up for visa appointments. However, the appointments are, from what I'm hearing, China is sometime late July, August, with a possibility of cancellations. India, I've heard October, November. So it's unlikely that you will make it in time for the fall, which is not a problem. You can enroll in your classes outside of the country. You do not need to maintain F1 status when you're outside of the country if you're not in F1 status. So just remember that you're bound by immigration regulations when you are actually in the United States. Now, for those of you who have paid the CVIS fee for your I-20, don't worry about it. We can always do a CVIS deferral. So defer your start date of the I-20 to January 2021. It would not be an admissions deferral. You would actually enroll in your classes online from abroad. If you have paid the DS-160 application fee, and for some reason your visa appointment keeps getting postponed and delayed, be aware that that application fee is good for up to 1 year. Okay, another burning question that we've had from our students is, well, what happens if I take my courses online from my home country in fall 2020? When will I be eligible for CPT? So the rules for CPT are you need to be enrolled full-time for 1 academic year in F1 status in order to be eligible for CPT. So the F1 clock will start when you actually enter the United States, hopefully in spring 2021. So if you take a full-time load, which is 9 units each semester in the spring, summer is optional term, so you do not need to take any units. However, if you're eager to get to your CPT sooner, you can enroll full-time in the summer as well, which is 6 units in the summer. So by fall 2021, you would be eligible for CPT. Our office has compiled a list of frequently asked questions for new students based on the circumstances presented by COVID-19. The link is on this page and you can see it on our website. You can find it under the resources page or under the new students tab. I encourage you to review this page frequently. We will update as we learn more. So Just review this information. If you have any further questions, feel free to email our office at international-office@sjsu.edu. We respond to you pretty quickly and we'll follow up with you. Okay. Can go back to the slides. So just very quickly, how will International Student and Scholar Services support me if I start my program outside of the United States? Just to let you know, we do have a population of over 3,000 matriculated international students at SJSU. We have another 2,000 who are an OPT or STEM OPT, so we have quite a vibrant campus, and we will continue to support you virtually. So we do have a program which supplements the graduate student orientation and the department orientation, which you will have for your specific department, called Global Spartan Welcome. It's really just designed for you to connect you with our staff, with other international students, our global leaders, and to help you navigate the cultural transitions and to learn more about maintaining your F1 status. Global Spartan Welcome will be virtual in fall 2020 for everyone. If you are in the United States, we have the first program that's listed on this slide. And for those of you who will be abroad, we will have a special program for you. But it's really important that you actually register for this program, and we will be communicating with you about Global Spartan Welcome in July. So look out for that email from International Student and Scholar Services. And finally, we will continue to support you beyond Global Spartan Welcome. We will offer a lot of events in August and September. We will be offering virtual workshops to help you with strategies for online learning, life as a global Spartan, et cetera, et cetera. But I think what is most important at this point is for me to pass it on to our panelists who can tell you a little bit more about their experience being a global Spartan in the computer science department. So I'll go ahead and pass it over to our first panelist, Deepti.
Hi, I'm Deepti. So I basically graduated from MS in CS in fall 2019. So since then, I recently joined Amazon as a software developer engineer in the Alexa team. So I mean, my experience with SJSU has been very exciting and enriching. Basically, I got to be a part-time student assistant. At the same time, I got a lot of opportunities to, participate in hackathons and attend useful tech workshops. And yeah, I mean, I'm really passionate about AI and data science, but at the same time, I also like to, focus on the fundamentals like system level programming and algorithms and designs. I think all these helped me, be what I am today. So yeah, happy to answer your questions.
Hi everyone, my name is Aniket and I was a fall student in 2018 for computer science department. Uh, my experience at SJC was really good. I got the opportunity to work as a TA instructor. So CS department is not only focusing on your technical skills, but you also get to learn the soft skills. So working as a TA, I had the opportunity to interact with students and teach them the courses. Other than that, I worked at Amazon Lab 126 in summer. So just to tell you about that, there are so many opportunities in the Bay Area if you are looking for summer internship, and that's the best part about the location of San Jose State. Also, the Professor Paulette talked about the CS department gives you the 1 year, like 2 semester long culminating experience. And because of that opportunity, I worked with Professor Stamp on one of the paper, and we are in the progress of publishing that paper in the book. So that is also one good advantage for you if you study in the computer science department. In the end, I would like to add my favorite thing about computer science department. The class size for the graduate classes is really small, so that's why the learning is more like interactive. You get to talk with your professor, and there is a lot of interaction in the class, which is like best for the learning experience. So yeah, that's about me.
Hi, my name is Yan Chen. This is actually my third year here at San Jose State. You may wonder like why I take so long time for the graduate study. I actually my undergrad degree was in math, so I need to spend the first year to complete all the required undergrad classes, CS classes. And besides being a student, I'm also working as a grader for several CS classes. And during that time, I enjoy answering questions from students to help them. And I will be teaching a undergrad class in next semester. And I'm happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Max. I joined SJSU MCS program in spring 2018. And I also work as a software developer in one of the startup company for the whole 2018. And I think that's one of the benefits if you attend SJSU, as there are so many tech companies around, you will always find some opportunities. And my field of interest is machine learning and computer security. And currently I'm doing a research project with Professor Teng Mo and Melody Mo, and using deep learning to solve vision-based autonomous driving. And I'm also in the progress of submitting a research paper in one of the conference. And I hope I can help you to answer some of your questions.
Great. Thank you so much for our 4 student panelists introducing themselves. And so I see that we have already 6 Q&A questions posted. So admitted international graduate students, you are, for those who came in late, we just want to let you know that we are very happy and congratulations on being accepted. This is highly competitive. Only about 14% of the applications were selected. And so congratulations again. And this, for the last 30 minutes, it will be live Q&A. So therefore, you can continue typing your questions, and then we will answer accordingly. So here, all the panelists will be able to see the questions. And so we are mostly going to answer live. And so the first question by Dhruv, what is the class profile? What is the background of incoming students? Okay, and how many students are there in the incoming class? So I will have Professor Chris Paulette answer because he handles graduate student admission.
All right, so we had about, I think, 143 students that we accepted. On the order of 45 were local to California, and the remainder were from outside of California. From those outside of California, I would say that the majority are either from India or Asia, although we do have some from other universities in the US. So that's our profile.
Thank you so much, Chris. So if you have any follow-up questions, please continue to type in. So the second question also from Dhruv is, how do I get an online appointment with advisors to discuss regarding courses to pick? So currently it's summer. And so the department chair, myself, is the advisor who will be working full-time. Everybody else, they are on summer break. So especially want to thank Professor Paulette. This is his summer break and he still come to help you guys. So therefore, so go ahead and email me. My email is simply melody.mo@sjsu.edu. In fact, I have already got some questions from some of you. And so the next question is, given the COVID-19 situation and online learning, how will students go about applying for internship? Is this something SJSU can help? So all of our activities are going online. So whatever that have been helping students get internship will now be moving online. So Dipti, who is among us, one who has successfully obtained internship and full-time jobs. So I'll have Dipti answer, and then afterward, Aniket, if you have anything to add, please answer after Dipti. Okay.
Yeah, sure. So from like the tech perspective of internship, a lot of courses which I took in my first and second semester, specifically like algorithm design and topics in AI, as well as machine learning, they helped me a lot in, in cracking and preparing for the interviews, since I interned at a AI location of Intel. So that really helped. And also, like, from the application perspective, you could also apply on the student portal called Handshake. So there you get like a lot of job openings which are specifically for students. So that is a good portal to apply to. And at the same time, there are, each semester there is on-campus career fair that is hosted. So I'm sure like for the next semester, there is there is an online version of the same which is planned. So it'll be great if you guys should join it. So yeah, that is all.
I would just like to add that, like, from my observation, most of the interviews for internship are online, and they rarely call you for the on-site interview when it's about internship. So that should not be a problem. Even before the COVID, most of the internship interviews and the process was online. So that should not be a problem in the future as well.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And so any of these questions, if you continue to have questions, you are welcome to type in Q&A. And afterwards, you have any follow-up questions, please email me, and I will try my best to answer. And I would also refer to others, such as our students, other people, to get back to you if I cannot answer. Okay, so the next question is from Sneh Bindesh. And so this is for online classes. International students will also have to consider time difference. And Archit, Jen also have a similar question. So this is an excellent question. And so that is why one of the most important thing about the way to San Jose is to design so that we can offer you at least 9 units of classes that you can take at the comfort of your home countries, and at a time that is convenient for you most of the time. So let me explain to you. So most of our classes, San Jose Computer Science Department classes, graduate classes and undergraduate elective classes are now going what we call a hybrid mode. And hybrid mode meaning that the professors will still teach online at their regular time, but they will also record their lectures. And so if you cannot listen at the scheduled time because it might be midnight for you, then you can listen after the class, and they will have office hours that is convenient for you. They will also answer questions for you. Now, during the entire semester, for a few times, you are required to attend at the scheduled time. And that is because those are probably exam or project presentation, which they want you to be there to present to the entire class. But other than these limited times, you can attend the class at your convenient time. Now, we do want to emphasize that attending the class in person at that time, of course, might be most helpful because of the interaction you could have with the instructor. However, we are designed this way so that you can still attend. Now, many of our classes are 6:30 p.m., 6 p.m., 7:30 p.m., and so on. So they are quite late for us, and they are sort of still okay for you guys. You can get up, let's say at 6 a.m., 7:30 a.m., 8 a.m. for India, and then 10 a.m., 11:30 a.m. for China. So therefore, you could still attend classes. We have also classes such as our time is early morning, your time is evening, like 7:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. for your time. And for example, Professor Mark Stam, who is ANICAT's advisor, his class is in topics in machine learning is at 9 p.m. your India time. So therefore you can attend the class at that time, listening to him. We have also some instructors, they record their lectures and then you watch it, and then later when you come to the class, you interact with them. So those are arrangements that we have made for you. And there's a wide selection, very wide selection of classes. So even though we say guaranteed 9 units, but you can change, you can select from a very wide spectrum. And later, if we have time, some of our own graduate students, they are either instructor or they are students, and they will share with you some factors for successful online learning. From Sneh Bindesh, so are there any credits for a summer internship? So summer internship or internship in general does have credit for undergraduate students, but for graduate students, because this is a very rigorous program, so therefore the summer internship will not count as a course credit for your graduate program. Our Professor Tang Mo, Associate Chair, he would like to answer more to this summer internship credit. So Tang, please.
Yes, basically that you can not only get a credit, but also during the summer, you get the real experience. And the department will be very helpful to help you to, and not only just get a real experience. And during the credit hour, we also have the class, and the professor will help you to adapt how you make your what you have encountered situation to help you. So that's why it's very useful to has both the real industrial experience, but also receive the academic credit.
Thank you, Tang. Okay, so we have Dhruv, another question. What is the process of applying for TA positions in CS department as a master's student? This is a great question. So I would have first Aniket answer and then Yen. Okay, so Aniket, please.
Yes, so to get the TA position, I would say that it is very important to get the recommendation from professor. So for that, I would say you should perform good in the classes. You should have a good connection with professor, try to meet them in office hours if you have any question. And once you have, once the professor has the confidence in you, recommendation will really help you to get the TA position. And our department is also really helpful for the student to get the TA position.
Thank you, Aniket. Jan, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, so from my experience, I was not that active when I was a student, but I got a chance that the professor, like at the end of the semester, the professor asked like whether someone wants to be his grader, and so I applied for that. Then I just did. He was very satisfied with my job, so I did like things more than required, because for a grader I only required to grade the quizzes, but I also like set all the common mistakes for him, so he knows like what he can do, what he can emphasize more in the next lectures. So, and I also write on the discussion board about like my experience on learning, so how with the students. So the professor was very satisfied with my job, and he referred me to the position. So my point is just show your best, just try your best, whether you just participate in the class or apply for a grader and just get a recommendation from the professor.
Thank you so much. Aniket has been a TA for us 2 semesters. He taught Python, both introduction and a more advanced, and also data structure and algorithms. And Jan is going to be a TA instructor for formal languages. Okay, so next question is by Achit Jain. Achit, I really like your name. I think it's a name of a very famous manga. Okay, so Achit, so your question we have already answered, and so for 9 units, I would help you. And so go ahead, Achit, and any students, if you have this doubt of selecting 9 units that is suitable for your time, convenient for your time, I'll be happy to help you. But as I say, most of our classes are offered either synchronously with recording or asynchronously. That is, you can take it anytime. So we do have 3 classes that are offered asynchronously. That is, that you don't have to attend at all. You can just listen to the recording lectures and turn in your homeworks. Okay, so we have the next question by an anonymous attendee. Okay, and so in case where an international student is not eligible for CPT in summer, can they do a voluntary internship without accepting any pay? So I will have Parinat's answer for us.
Sure. So we require that you get CPT authorization for paid or unpaid employment because of labor laws in the United States. So it's something that we can explore together. It's case by case. Volunteering is really if you're volunteering to read to elderly, for example. It's not to volunteer at a tech company. So you would require CPT authorization for that.
Thank you so much. So the next question is by Niraj Sunil. So once we are eligible for CPT in fall 2021, how many hours can we work along with our academics? That is an excellent question. So let me explain to you, how do you become eligible for fall 2021, since some of you might be late. So the rule says that you need to be full-time 2 semesters. So in the US, so let's say that you are, so you started fall online, but in the spring you can full-time, and in the summer you can take 6 units and become full-time. So we do offer enough credits for graduate students to take. Okay, this semester we have a graduate algorithm class and a undergraduate database class. Both of them can count in your master MSCS program. So after you take them in the US, then you become eligible in the fall 2021 to have CPT. And so for CPT, I believe you can work up to 20 hours during the semester and full-time during winter and summer break.
That is correct. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's just so comforting to hear someone with the expert knowledge to affirm that. So the next question is from Aniruddha. And so, are there any groups created for international students admitted this fall, which I may be unaware of? When would the graduate advisors be assigned to us? And then what does the intent to enroll fees cover? And how to initiate the way to San Jose program? Now, all these questions are music to our ears. Okay, so therefore, are there any groups created for international students? And so on these, I would have Kurt and then Partina's answer. I would just answer how will the graduate advisors be assigned to us? So during the summer, I am the only active graduate advisor. So you can just email me, melody.mo, okay? And then in the fall, your graduate advisor are assigned according to your last 2 digits of your student ID, SJSU student ID, and it is posted on the advisor page of our computer science department page. So I will leave the other questions to be answered by partners and Kurt.
Sure. So thank you, Melody. So with regard to programming, as I mentioned, we will have Global Spartan Welcome. So that's a great way to connect with your peers. However, in the meantime, I recommend that you go to our website under events. We are hosting some virtual events currently. We do a tea time every Thursday at 2 p.m. And I know we've had some newly admitted students join. It's a great way to meet some other students who are currently on campus. And as we go into the, as I mentioned also, we will be reaching out to all of you in July. And we will be asking you to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. So utilize social media. That's also a great way to connect with our international students.
We have a lot of questions, so if they are similar, we will skip. Okay, so what is the background of the incoming students? Age, weight, average work experience, industry they have been working. So Chris, could you answer this to the best of your knowledge?
Okay, so this is a little bit similar to, I think, an earlier question of Drew. The average age, I would say, is early 20s. Many students, I don't have, did work a year or two after getting their undergraduate degree. Industries they've been working in. Many were working in computer science, in tech firms, for instance, in India. But I don't know exact percentages. That wasn't something that I was tallying as I was going on. But I would say that many, like at least a third would be a rough estimate.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Chris. And I just want to let you know that our students are very strong because for only 14% are accepted. So technical preparation wise, they are very strong. Most of them has a undergraduate in computer science. And even if not, like Jan, a degree from math is very strong. And quite a few of them have 2 or more years of industry experiences.
Yeah, so many, so one other, so if there were international students, pretty much all of them have a degree, either CS or something very close to CS. Many have, performed in hackathons, or they've had like even IEEE papers before coming to us. So they're quite, the admitted students are quite an elite group.
Great, thank you so much. So now we have, I have to go through quickly. So the questions, the next questions very related is, can students take less than 9 units or more than 9 units under the Way to San Jose program? So I will have Kurt answer this.
Thank you, Dr. Mo. Yeah, yes, students can take less than 9 units. The units are usually, the courses are 3 units, so it would be either 3 or 6 or 9 units. Usually, my experience is that at the graduate level, they don't recommend 12 units, but that's an answer that can be provided by Professor Pollitt or Professor Mo. So if you wanted to, we'd very much like you to take 9 units in the fall, because the university wants you to stay on track to graduate within 2 years. But you do have the option of taking 6 units or 3 units if you choose to.
Great. And then there are some questions about career fairs. It is a very busy event, and some questions about getting internships. I think students are really eager to get internships. So I will leave this career fair and internship back to Dipti and Aniket. I'd like to answer one question, and that is about TA. So TA position, usually we hire only students after they have been with us 1 semester at least. So therefore, if you enroll in the fall, then the fastest is to be a TA in the spring of 2021. In the fall 2020, since we don't really know you yet, it is not possible to hire you as a TA because TA is an instructor. It's a very serious job. So we will really want to know you for at least 1 semester. Okay, so back to internship. Dipti, Aniket, and Max. Max also was working full-time at some point. So please.
Sure, let me go first. So about the career fairs, yes, like they are busy events, but they are well managed in a way that there, if, for example, if there are like 10 companies coming to the career fair, you get to know, as a student, you get to know the list of 10 companies like at least 2 days before. And the time of the career fair, you get like a map, a visual map to know like where each company's booth is. So based on your background and your interests in the companies, you can, you know, prioritize like where you want to go and stand in the queue first. So I mean, the queues are long, but the time that you get with the recruiter, that is kind of yours, I think, like that. And I mean, looking back, you can also use it as a way to, you know, practice your 1-minute pitch. That is good for him.
So yes, I will also agree with Dipti that the career fairs are very well organized. You get the list of companies and you can prioritize which one you want to visit. And also that there is a criteria to get into the career fair. You have to have some minimum number of credits and the GPA. So that makes sure that the eligible students get the chance to present themselves, present their skills. I would also like to add that other than these career fairs, there are so many plenty of other opportunities where you can apply online for internship. And like not only career fair, but there are so many other opportunities to get the internship.
Actually, I don't have much experience with the career fair. I get my full-time job by connections. I know a company that is hiring, so I invited my friend to give it a try. Then my friend gets to this company A. After a while, he jumps to company B, and that time they are hiring. The company B is hiring, so my friend actually refers me. So I just went there and do interview and get a job. And yeah, this is it's pretty important to have some connections in Silicon Valley, and it's quite easy to acquire such connections.
Great, thank you. Yeah, and Max is definitely right. Getting connections, and therefore it will be the best that you enroll right away and get connected with professors, as our TAs all say, and professors also constantly have internship opportunities sent to them through alumni and their industry friends, and they always refer. First thing is they refer to their students, their master thesis students, their outstanding students in their classes. So it's good to be enrolled right away, get to know your professors, get to know your classmates, your senior classmates, and get the connection. Okay, so there is here a question about spring 2021. So I would have Kurt and maybe Parina answer that, whether they are online.
So sorry, can you read the question to me, Melody?
Yeah, so so the question is, I understand that MSCS is only offered in the fall online, I think what the student meant. Okay, and then will this year be different? I think that's what meant 2021, spring 21. Would it be online or?
Yeah, and I think at this point we are not certain. It depends, you know, the situation with COVID-19 is very fluid. And at this point, the plan for San Jose State is to return to in-person classes in spring 2021. So I don't know, Kurt, if you have anything else to add to that.
No, not really. I mean, I think it's an evolving situation in San Jose as it is all over the world. And the university has been pretty transparent about planning for whatever situation confront us. So we are planning for students to come join us for the spring semester, but we will have plans ready should that change.
Thank you very much, Kurt. And here it is related to this question that that what happened if we enroll online for fall 2020 and then there is some bad situation, they cannot secure a visa and attend the spring semester in person. So Kurt and Parinas, could you respond to this question?
Sure. So I would encourage you, if you are in that situation, to contact our office, international-office at sjsu.edu. That will become you will memorize that email, I assure you. And we can kind of look at your case and see why there was a delay or a visa denial and help you navigate that. I can't give you a blanket response because it's really case by case. And we would set up, if we continue to be virtual, we will set up a Zoom appointment with you to discuss further. So don't ever hesitate to reach out to us. So international-office at sjsu.edu.
Thank you so much. And we have only 3 minutes left, so I want to quickly wrap up. I really thank you for your enthusiastic participation. So so is maximum or minimum number of units. So we already answered this. So we would really like you to enroll in 9 units. But if you can only enroll in 6 units, you can talk to your advisor. If you want to enroll more, you should also talk to your advisor for this. Now, 9 units is the best that we understand for an international student. And then number 2 is very important. Could we accept the option to defer our admission to fall 2021 be made available in view of the current COVID situation? So the computer science department is still contemplating about it. Currently, it is that currently the answer is no, but we are still thinking about it. A final decision will be made around mid-June. The current answer is that no deferment, but if you reapply for admission, it is very likely that you will get in again. Okay, that is the answer right now. And then, so this CPT we already answered it. So Cindy, it's 7:59. Is it we are going to end right away?
Yeah, if you want, everyone can kind of say something to the audience and then we can wrap it up. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, so I will have, so how about we first have the students and then Chris and then Parinas and then Kurt. Okay, students, so let's have Dipti and then Aniket and then Jan and then Max say something to encourage students.
Yeah, sure. So I definitely think that you guys should come, start the classes this semester and, gain one semester ahead from all other students, which may differ. That would be a great choice. And Silicon Valley is a load full of opportunities and they are all waiting for you. So yes, you should definitely join this.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Even I would like to add that you enroll in the fall 2020 and by spring 22, you will be ready for the full-time opportunities. And that's a really good time to start for the full-time spring 22.
Yeah,
there are a lot of opportunities here, and you can easily get connection with your professors, and just try to. And we also have online. So the online classes on the Canvas, and they have discussion board, so you can participate in that, even if you cannot participate in the class.
And yes, I think you guys should all start early and don't wait, because online class is not that bad. It's pretty good, especially you can skip the boring commute in Bay Area. It saves you a lot of time, and hope to see you guys.
Chris?
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see you guys first virtually and then in person starting next year. I've read all your applications and I know you're an awesome class to be. So I'm just waiting here to see you in the fall.
Okay, Parinat and then Kurt.
Sure. I also look forward to welcoming all of you virtually in the fall. You'll be joining the Global Spartan community, and we have a lot planned for all of you. So look forward to seeing you all virtually in the fall.
And I would just say that don't forget that we're in Silicon Valley and there's a lot of online activities that happened here even before the virus struck. In fact, I think I heard recently that Twitter has now decided that they're going to be entirely online with all their workforce from now on. So I would advise you don't be intimidated by the online option. It's actually an opportunity for you to kind of get that experience. And then when you join the university in person, they'll enrich your experience even more.
Thank you, everyone. And I want to thank also our student panelists. And I want to thank everyone, all the admitted graduate students to take part. And again, I'm Melody Mo. I am the interim chair of the Department of Computer Science. I'll be here serving you in the summer. So send me an email when you have any questions. I'll try to answer or connect you. And I want to thank Cindy, Kurt, and Parinat for hosting this program. Thank you so much. And students, we hope to see you online in the fall and in person in spring 2021. Thank you and welcome to San Jose State University.